Now I'm going to give you an overview of what you'll learn in these tutorials. After a couple of sections of introductory material, you'll get into working with objects, how to view them and hide them, how to select them, how to name them and rename them, how to use case sensitivity in object names to make it easier to select them, and how to lock in a selection of objects. You'll learn about modifying objects using modifiers, how modifiers affect different objects differently, how you can limit the effects of modifiers, how modifiers interact with the axis and coordinate systems of 3ds Max, the difference that the order that you apply modifiers in can make. And this last one has to do with using one modifier for multiple objects and then making that modifier unique for one particular object if you want to. Transforming and cloning. Transforming refers to things like moving, rotating, scaling, and you'll learn how to do that interactively in the viewports and also how to do it numerically. Cloning refers to making copies of objects, and you'll learn how to make single copies and multiple copies. Previewing and rendering. Rendering refers to producing the final output for 3ds Max, the movies that you want to produce. And by the way, in this overview, blue highlights topics that are entirely new in this set of tutorials as compared with the tutorials for 3ds Max 6. Not a new feature, but something that wasn't covered in VTC's Max 6 tutorials, but is covered in the Max 7 tutorials. And I want to make it clear that I'm not just referring to new tutorials, because 95% of the tutorials here are brand new. And in general, they're more extensive and more in-depth than the tutorials that I did for Max 6. But these are new topics that were not even touched on in Max 6. You'll learn how to use groups and layers to organize your objects in your scene. You'll learn how to make 3D objects starting from 2D shapes using a whole variety of techniques. You'll learn about working with precision and working to scale. And the yellow highlights refer to features that are new in 3ds Max 7. You'll learn about surface modeling, several different techniques for creating 3D models.